Well, over the course of the last couple of years, he's gained an assortment of nicknames from the Wild Child to, this year, Super Sub. We're talking about the newest member of AJ Foyt's racing enterprise in 2023, Santino Ferrucci, who joins us here inside the wind tunnel. Santino, congratulations, back in the saddle full time again.
Oh yeah, you're telling me. I can't wait. I mean, I can't thank AJ and Larry enough for giving me the opportunity to come back full time. It's a big deal, especially for their team, and I'm just excited to get to work, man. It'll be nice to be at every event and be ripping again.
Now that you've got a full time seat, share with me really and truly and honestly just how tough these last couple of years have been on your driver psyche, because you'd pick up the bridle at a moment's notice and you'd twist that car to get its best. But then it'd be, all right, go home to Texas and wait for the call. It had to be brutal, man.
Yeah, it was really tough being part time. Getting the 500 call ups was basically saving my career. Running that part year in 21 for Ray Hall was a huge deal for me. That was massive. Obviously it didn't go our way at the end of the year to come back full time in 22, but luckily I can't thank Dryer for sticking their neck out again for me at the 500, and then I replaced a couple of guys throughout the year that got injured, and we've just been consistent, and also having been in all the knowledge of other teams, and being put on reserve by Penske was a huge deal. That was probably the biggest announcement of my career, bar none, because it's Penske. And then, yeah, now I get to go back full time with AJ, and dude, I'm so happy. It's such a relief. Definitely not a pressure off, just more of a relief. Put it that way.
I can understand that. Athletes in other sporting endeavors always talk about the fact that if by injury or trade or salary dispute, they're forced to the sidelines for a short period of time, they sometimes come back with a different perspective on things. You just mentioned you spent and had a cup of coffee at a number of different race teams. Everybody approaches things differently. How do you think that's going to make you better when you get behind the wheel of that number 14?
It's just one of the biggest things was getting to meet a bunch of people in the paddock. I really got to finally come full circle with just about everybody inside every team. So, in working with a lot of people, I've made a lot of really good relationships. I'm hoping I can get some good personnel, at Foyt. I'm hoping that, I can get the team to really rally behind me to, want to push themselves too. Also I bring in, all of my years of, in IndyCar with all these different teams, you can't unlearn things that you've learned. So I bring a lot of knowledge from a lot of places. That is going to help me personally. It's going to help my development. Hopefully it'll help the team's development and bringing us forward. But yeah, it's nice to have finally a little bit of consistency again and seeing the same people and remembering the same names.
Don't need those name cards anymore.
Oh my
Let me
god.
ask you this. You have a reputation for squeezing the absolute best out of a race car. Larry Foyt, it's no secret, has been trying to squeeze the very best and rejuvenate a once absolutely Penske level operation like his dad's AJ Foyt Racing. How much input have you had in discussions have you had with Larry about direction, be it personnel, be it, I don't care if it's dampers, whatever that you're bringing to the party? I know it's early in the process, but how open do you feel they are? Because I get the impression they're going to take any knowledge you can bring and try to put it to good use.
Yeah, the biggest thing talking with Larry, I'm still to go down to the Houston shop. I go next week. I probably go to the Indy shop the following week. I just really want to see the cars. I want to
Mm-hmm.
kind of see where they're at, the build quality of where things are at, minor adjustments for driver comfort. Their damper program, their guys new. It's a completely new program. I don't know anything about dampers. Perfectly honest, I'm not an engineer. I didn't go to school for it. I know what I like. Um, the biggest thing that I've had on influence is personnel. So we've been out trying to get a couple of engineers, a couple of good mechanics, a couple of good stock guys. And, we've been able to use some of my connections to help, hopefully sign a couple of new people coming into, leaving other teams, or new people coming into the sport, or however it might be. But finding good people is always a challenge. Also, I know a lot of people down at the shop in Houston, like Didier. He's the chief mechanic on the 14 car, and dude, he's phenomenal. I worked with him in 20, and yeah, I'm very happy. A lot of those guys down there, all those mechanics, I mean, they're all great guys, and we just got to put a little bit of pep in their step, man, and we're good to go. It's little things that are going to take this race team back to the top.
Leave it to you, with one of the few teams that has two facilities, one in Speedway, Indiana, and one in Texas, for you to draw the straw with the Lone Star on it, so that you can stay in Texas. And as you just alluded to, next week, short drive up to Houston. I know it was just by dumb luck, but you know what? Ferrucci, you'd rather be lucky than good anytime.
That's true. I mean, AJ's at that shop every day, man, and there's a reason for it. So unfortunately, a 3-hour commute one way every day is maybe a little out of the picture for me, but I do plan to spend a lot of time at that shop with those guys. I just want to make sure everybody's, I have to work there just as much as anybody else. I mean, just because I have a different job title and I do something slightly different doesn't mean I'm part of the team. So I got to show up to work like everybody else does.
Look, you grew up in this sport and you got to see legends like Roger Penske, like Mario Andretti, like AJ Foyt. What do you think it's going to be like to drive for SuperTex?
I'm so excited. I've loved my interactions with him. I think there's a huge appreciation because I used to work on all of my own stuff like they used to do back in the day. I turn wrenches. I mean, honestly, it's been a godsend for my fiance because I know how to fix stuff around the house. Just have to call it buddy. It's funny. It's great and bad at the same time because I know I'm always getting short end of the stick. But yeah, no, I'm excited to go down there because I'm going to get a chance to, start working on the cars, myself, and be involved personally and make sure that I get things done the way that I want it. And, I think having that kind of older school mentality, wanting to be there and not just be a hands-off driver that shows up every now and then and just gets in the car, is going to be a game changer for everybody.
In your IndyCar career, have you ever gone into an off season with things as set as they are entering 2023?
No, probably. I haven't felt this comfortable in a long time. Put it that way, or ever. How's that? Ever in IndyCar.
That's a good thing. That's a very good thing. Gives you an opportunity to spend more time doing that honeydew list.
Yeah, I know. Well, I mean, it's good and bad, to be honest with you, because this is now, because now I've been given all this time. I need to get a lot done with this team through winter. So I don't really get to relax until we hit March, to be honest with you. And once we get the season rolling, then I can go back to focusing really on myself and my driving. I just want to make sure that the team's in a place to where they can be on autopilot by the time we hit that first race.
Forgive me, Santino, but that sounds like a statement that you may have most recently made to your fiance about her ever-growing list of honeydew projects, because you are set for the off season. It didn't fly with me. I don't think it flew with her either.
I don't know how she's going to like the fact that I'm also going into the office for a couple of days a week. So that means I get the dogs. So that means the dogs are going to be making lots of trips to Houston.
Road dogs. That's good.
Yep. They love it, though. I mean, they're definitely shop dogs through and through.
Listen, couldn't be happier for a guy that deserves the opportunity. Good things happen to good people. You're with a team that is very near and dear to my heart. When AJ barks at you, bark right back at him. That's what he loves. And I think you're cut, quite honestly, from the same swath of cloth. Thanks for joining us here on Wind Tunnel, and good luck.
Thank you, Jack. I appreciate it.